Yes, and we're back with another video because another week has passed in fantasy, AFL fantasy I should say. And we're back climbing rank a little bit. Not too much, but that's alright. I don't mind it. You know, I said that I just wanted to hold around what I was currently ranked at a couple of weeks ago, and I've exceeded that, so can't complain. Although, a few issues this week. Where to start, hey? Backline dominating. Sicily, suspension. Seamus Mitchell, apparently injured. Midfield. Taranto, everyone's got him. I'll go over this whole captain situation in a minute. So good so far. Warple probably needs to go, but don't have the luxury for that. Atkins, probably going to get dropped. Don't know what to go with Ashcroft. I'm just going to have to hold him throughout the bars, unfortunately. And this absolute fucking superstar, fucking spud Bailey Smith, pops a 67 after 120 last week. And when I trade Jaden Hunt to him, and Jaden Hunt has scored an 80 and an 120 and has still continued to make cash after I thought he maxed out, it hurts just a little bit. I can't even explain this. I didn't watch this game, and I'm glad I didn't, because a lot was happening. This is the first time I've ever owned Bailey Smith, ever. And it's exactly what I've been afraid of him every other time he's been relevant in this game. One, just because he is inconsistent, and two, because Bevo. Bevo reckons he wants to play McRae in the midfield now. And I get sucked into McRae every single year. Started with him this year. Started with him last year. So I said, no more Bulldogs players, other than Bomb's probably safe. No more Bulldogs players, and what do? I go and get Bailey Smith. I avoided Johannesson because I was scared he was going to get put in the forward lines from Bevo. So, I don't know. I could rant about that for a while, but hopefully he bounced back. Hopefully it was just the conditions, and I'm hoping he can still score without the 80% CBAs that he got the other week, because we've seen it before that he can, so yeah. Chesser, don't know if he's coming back, but he's in my trade plans at the moment. Hollands is injured, so he's in trade plans. And who is my other one? Oh, Atkins. So Atkins, Hollands, and Chesser are currently my trade plans. I'm going to try and get rid of Drury the week after, but just stuck between trying to fix red dots and also improve my team at the moment. So not sure how that's going to go. Just a couple other people I'd like to talk about. Sicily, he's back. He's back in the role that I got him for, and after being under 800k 2 weeks ago, he's now 878. But then he goes and gets suspended, which really hurts. But anyway, what can you do? And so obviously VC'd Aragorn. I had the VC originally on Sicily, but I didn't know if Chesser or Drury was going to be sub, or both can be sub, so I was like, nope, I'm going to go VC on the Friday night. And then I think I originally had the captain on, might have been Dunkley. I think I had the captain on Dunkley. But I had to use the VC on the Friday night because Heath played in that same game with Sicily. First game was Saturday. Errol Gordon 101. I was actually going to take it. I forgot in the morning to switch to do the loophole. I was going to take Errol Gordon's 101, and I was playing football, and after football I was like, oh no, I forgot to take it, and then I was going to put it on Bailey Smith. I was legit about to put it on Bailey Smith, and the Jitter game started, which was lucky. It was really, really, really lucky in the end. Only got 8 more points in total, but it could have gone worse and saved me from stressing. Would also like to say if Bailey Smith popped a 90, I would have been closer to 2300. Probably would have climbed up a little bit more rank, but stuff happens. Alright, that's all I think I want to get into right now. I just want to go over my plans for this buyers, I guess. I'm actually a little bit stuck this year. I'm stuck because last year I went really well in the buyers, but I came out of the buyers, I think, with a little bit of an underperforming team. It was a bunch of premiums that didn't end up being close to the top of their line, and it forced me to drop a little bit over the last few rounds of the year. So I'm stuck between, especially with all the red dots we got at the moment, I'm stuck between trying to get 22 on the field and also improving my side. I was going to listen to Selby, so if anyone who doesn't know who Selby is, Mora's Magic, who he doesn't play anymore, he does Super Coach, but he's a 2-time Hilux winner, number 1 in the comp winner. I was going to listen to his podcast today, but it didn't drop while I was at work, so I haven't listened to that, but I think I got a rough idea. I just wanted some clarification on some mid prices, what he thought of them, because I got a bit of mixed, there's been a bit of mixed opinions in the fantasy community, just especially because it's buys at the moment. A lot of people attack buys differently, and there might not be one correct answer, but there definitely is better ways to do it, I guess. So yeah, I didn't talk about this, did I? So I was originally going to nil. I was going to go, who was I trading out? I think I was going to go Holland and Pedler to nil and Wardlaw. But then I realised that it wouldn't have suited my buy structure. I would have actually had another non-playing player on the field this week because I would have had too many mids with the buy this week. So I was going to go to Sinclair because I don't have any defenders from St Kilda, Fremantle, Sydney, or Brisbane, and he was the best option. I then quickly pulled out of that on Friday because I did not have many playing players at all. So I took my 2 most expensive rookies that I didn't think were going to come back, or I thought Davey might be the most likely to be subbed. He keeps being subbed this year, so so I took them and just moved them to Bailey Humphrey, who actually looks like a pretty good player, and Wardlaw, who's going to keep generating cash. Humphrey went up 55k and Wardlaw went up 33k, so that wasn't a bad trade in the end. The only issues, Carlton have heaps of outs, and they were absolutely awful on Friday night. I watched that game and it was real depressing, but might mean Chincotta comes back because he played right in the VFL. So in that case, that would really be annoying. Although I don't know what his break even is. I think it's 30, isn't it? 34. Still, when I could have traded, I banked like 100k or something, so I could have probably traded any one of Chester, Drury, whatnot. But anyway, we don't know. So again, this week I'll probably end up changing my trades depending on teams, seeing what Seamus Mitchell's doing. Heaps of people are going to be struggling this week, I think, fielding 22 because Laird's gone, Sicily's gone, Darcy's gone, plus rookies. Alright, so this is my plan. I've currently brought in Mullen, but that's only because he's the only rookie I really, can talk about at the minute. He was actually pretty impressive, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he holds, that's the only issue. Alright, so it's a little bit sideways, but then when you think about it in the long term, it's probably not, because these guys are all going to be red dots, really, so rather than going to one premium and getting 2 rookies in, because the 2 rookies are going to be probably just trading to more red dots, really, in a couple of weeks, so just trying to minimise that, and I'm thinking of just going 1 rookie and then going Atkins and Holland up to Darcy Cameron and Greenwood. Darcy Cameron kind of opens up my structure for buys because Gawn missed on DPP by 0.1%, which is annoying. And Cameron is playing West Coast this week, so hopefully he can score, 100 at least, so it doesn't go down in price. He won't make too much cash, but it's more just to open up my buys, I guess. Whereas Greenwood's more of a cash grab, playing midfield. Obviously, Ratton likes him, so he's got an okay run as well, so should make close to 100k, get back up to what his starting price was. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment, but that's probably sure to change. That would be what my team looks like at the moment. When I did all of this on Sunday, Seamus Mitchell, I didn't know that he was injured, really. So these were going to be the people that missed, but could have Mitchell miss. And I've obviously got Drury that misses as well. So if Seamus Mitchell plays, I will have 21 on the field, which in a week of carnage isn't too bad, but if Seamus Mitchell doesn't, 20, still not too bad, but it's 1 less premium than I would have liked. If Sicily doesn't get suspended this week, I'd be looking in a real good position. Not quite sure about captains this week or over the buys. That's one thing that I thought about today, and might just go through it with you guys. Just some captain options over the buys. That's not where I want to go. Okay, so as buy players lock out at the last game, after last game, you can really VC anyone. So soft matchups, if you got Butters, probably could chuck a VC on him. For me, this is in Darwin though. I don't know about the Darwin matchup. I'm thinking Dawson without Laird could be a good VC option against the Suns. Or any of the Giants, but I'm thinking, because I don't really have any Essendon North players, thinking Taranto is just going to be my safe captain this week. So I won't be able to go any of Cogs or Green, hoping that soft matchup for VC, because I just think Taranto is safer. You could look for people that have Bond. Everyone says Geelong isn't a soft matchup, but Geelong's midfield is depleted at the moment, and teams are scoring against them. So, Bond could go big in this game. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably attract some attention. I'm definitely not going Batty Smith after last week. So, I think for me, I'm probably going to VC either Dacos or Dawson. It's just the safest, I guess. Yeah, players with Butters, probably VC Butters. Yeah, can look at some other rounds as well, because this is one thing that you got to look at when you're trading. You want to make sure you have VC and captain optioned in each of the rounds. Let's just go. So round 14. Again, it depends how Geelong's midfield looking in here. Maybe this is not going to work, is it? Fair enough. Okay, so maybe a Dunkley at the Gabba. He doesn't score well at the Gabba though, really, but maybe a Dunkley VC. Same as any Giants. It's not the softest matchups. You got Taranto. That's probably the big one that week against St Kilda. And then you've got your Bulldogs. So for people with Bond, it's probably a safe captain there. But I might have to go safe captain in Taranto again this week. And then VC like a Dunkley, I reckon. And the last round shouldn't be too hard for me. Again, Dunkley at Marvel. Golden at SCG against the West Coast. That's probably going to be my VC. Plays with Merit. If you're a Merit owner during these buys, you'd be laughing. He's peaking at the right times. He'd be a safe captain option in any of these games, really. Golden VC. I don't know if Sicily's safe enough to have just a captain on him. It's in Darwin as well. It's in Metricon. Maybe depending on what premiums I've traded in, but if I've traded in Brayshaw by then, or a Merit or whatnot, but maybe that's something I've got to look at, a safe captain option in this round. Yeah. Because VC, Gordon could go massive in this, but he could also get a bit of attention, so be interesting. So yeah, that's really all I want to talk about. Rankings. What I'm really basing off my team at the moment is trying to compete with. Jeez, he's like 220 points ahead of Mottram. Trying to base my team just like to keep up with Mottram. He scored not too much more than me. He's had a couple of really high ones recently, but his team value isn't like too much higher than mine, so I think I'm kind of tracking alright. He's going to be hit by lead this week as well. He also had the Fiorini and Atkins. He also brought them in later, so that probably hurts him a little bit more. But then he's also got the Humphreys, the Butters, and all of that. So yeah, I don't think his team is as good as what it was last year, but Yeah, I think he could still be a shot to win the comp again. Be interesting to know. Anything can happen. So yeah, I think that's all I really want to talk about. Just make sure to keep in mind about the buys, your structure. So I think at the moment I'm 7, 7, 3, 10, 10. So I'm pretty balanced in all of them, which is what I was aiming for. Because especially when you got like weeks like this with carnage, it just makes it easier when you're balanced. So yeah, hopefully you guys will get a bit of luck with the team selections this week. I know I am hoping for some rookies to come back just to fill out my squad a little bit, but unlikely. Anyway, I'll catch you guys sometime next week. Hopefully I have jumped a little bit more ranking. Bye.